On June 3, 1800, President John Adams made history. Not with a speech or a law, but with a change of address. He became the first U.S. president to move into the new capital, Washington, D.C. At the time, it was far from glamorous. Imagine dusty roads, swarms of mosquitoes, and half-finished buildings rising from a swamp. It hardly looked like the center of a global power. But this move wasn't just about geography. It was symbolic. The fledgling United States was planting its flag in a brand new, purpose-built city. Designed by Pierre-Charles L'Enfant and set between the Potomac and Anacostia rivers, Washington, D.C. was meant to represent a fresh, untouchable seat of democracy, distinct from old-world cities like London or Paris. Adams arrived to a capital that was more dream than reality. The White House, still under construction, was cold, damp, and empty. Congress met in a partially completed Capitol building surrounded by wilderness. Yet Adams saw potential. In a letter to his wife Abigail, he famously wrote, "May none but honest and wise men ever rule under this roof." A hopeful prophecy, one that history has tested time and again. The early days were rough. Roads turned to rivers in the rain. Infrastructure was nearly non-existent. Foreign diplomats joked that America's capital was a bog with marble dreams. And Adams? He trudged through it all, committed to the idea that a republic deserved a capital worthy of its ideals. Adams' move marked the beginning of a new era. It wasn't just the relocation of a government. It was the start of Washington, D.C. S rise as the symbolic and strategic center of the American experiment. Power wasn't just being exercised there, it was being rooted there. Despite its rough start, D.C. grew. The vision laid out by L'Enfant and others gradually materialized. Grand avenues, iconic monuments, and the machinery of government transformed the muddy capital into a city of global consequence. John Adams wouldn't win re-election. He'd soon leave Washington behind, ceding power to Thomas Jefferson. But his move to D.C. remains a milestone, one that set the precedent for every president after him. The swamp may have been real, but so was the ambition. And that ambition paid off. Today, Washington, D.C. is more than just the capital of a country. It's a symbol of American authority, a nerve center for policy, and a stage for protest, celebration, and decision-making that affects the world. So next time you see the White House or the Capitol on the news, remember, it all started with one man, one carriage ride, and a capital city still figuring itself out.